Hey everybody, I'm Anthony.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Chris.
In DarkStar today we're going to be watching RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 8.
Mm-hmm.
Last time out we got some exposition, learned more about Ozpin and other stuff.
Watch our video and you'll see.
RWBY, Yang Weiss, and what's remaining of Team Juniper
episode of DarkStar Reacts.
got together. They had a nice meal, some conversation.
A great meal. Oh, I'm so hungry right now.
Amazing looking meal.
A good-looking, aesthetically pleasing meal. So,
I said lose the sprouts, but let's go.
where we're at, vegetables in general. But yeah, just add some meat in there too. More meat.
Oh, there was meat.
There was meat.
More meat.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah. All right, well, let's get to the episode because I want to see what happens. 3, 2, 1, start.
I look at the fucking attention to detail right there. Fucking nuts, dude.
That is a bigger building than I gave it credit for.
Ruby's like, I want to be able to fly.
Yeah.
You're up early.
Hey, sis. Boop. What are you doing up?
Can't fall back asleep.
Me neither.
Well, fortunately, coffee exists.
They'll talk about Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
No, please.
Don't worry, I put in blasphemous amounts of cream and sugar just for you.
Oh yeah, nice wife strikes again.
I will pour this on you, and it will burn.
Can't believe we're actually in Mistral.
That's what you can't believe?
Well, yeah. And all the other magic and stuff. But, okay, you know what I mean.
I honestly wasn't sure if I'd ever see you two again.
Well, here's to defying expectations.
I just wish Blake could be here with us.
Called it.
Yeah, well,
Good job, Tony.
she made her choice.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, she could have been here if she just stuck around. It's no big deal, though. We'll be fine.
Was she mad at Blake for leaving?
Oh, yeah.
You want her
Apparently.
here?
Absolutely.
Why would I want her here?
Are you still mad at her for leaving?
Oh, whatever gave you that idea, Ruby? No, I'm totally fine. I'm great.
Okay, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Damn.
Man, those eyes get red.
Whoa.
Wait.
Yang.
Yeah.
Come to the dark side.
The
Whatever.
shaking.
I don't know if they'll be able to get back together with her like that.
Oh, hey,
They'll
Blake.
get over
Bam!
it at some point. Look at those kitty ears, dude. She can't resist that.
You ready to go?
Be right there.
Even a no million chick.
Holy shit, dude! Cages. Do you see the cages? The bird cages? Oh my god, that's what they're gonna use.
Forgot about that shit.
I haven't seen the change of the ropes yet, but
On recruiting or what? We've got the entire nocturnal section to hit up.
This is it, dude. Ozpin's gonna turn them into birds.
You okay?
They're gonna put them in those cages, drag them off, and they're gonna use their
Yeah,
bird
I'll be
sight
there.
because they'll have the extra
I
bird
need to
sight to
take
be
care
able
of
to see
something
back in the
first.
city.
Oh my god, don't leave.
so much yang right now, dude. This is so great.
And 3 yang.
Yeah? Look, Ruby, I really don't want to talk about it, okay? Can you just leave me alone for a bit?
Oh, what's up?
Oh,
Wang.
hey, Weiss. Did you need something?
Long way.
I know she's our teammate, but I'm not just going to change my mind. I'm sorry, I don't think you know what it's like to be left. You have a giant family, recitals to perform at, dinners to attend. I didn't have any of that. My mom left me. Ruby's mom left too. Ty was always busy with school and Ruby couldn't even talk yet. I had to pick up the pieces. I had to keep things together. Alone. Weiss, if you have something to say, then say it.
When I was 10, my dad finally admitted to my mom that the only reason he married her was for the family name. It was actually on my birthday.
Damn.
He missed the big dinner. She got mad. He finally snapped. I think she already knew. Looking back, I think I knew too. But hearing him say it finally pushed her over the edge. First, it was separate lunches and dinners. Opposite balconies at my recitals. A glass of wine here, a glass of wine there. Then it was no dinners, no recitals, a bottle of wine here, and well, you get the idea.
A case of wine there.
I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
You're right, though. I don't know loneliness like you do. I have my own version. And I'll bet Blake has her own version, too.
She doesn't have to be alone, though. I was here for her. We all were. She chose to leave us.
Why do you think she did that? The entire time Blake was at Beacon, she was afraid to open up to people. She tried to keep her past separated from us. She tried to protect us. Eventually, those walls she put up came down. And the moment they did, the one thing she was afraid of actually happened. The universe proved her right.
No one blamed her for anything. If she had just talked to us, she would have known that. How could I be there for her if she doesn't let me? What if I needed her here for me?
I know it's not easy. I wish she hadn't left too. The only thing we can do now is be there for her when she's ready. When she comes back.
If she comes back.
She will. Yang, you, Ruby, and even Blake are more like family to me than my brother or even my own father. I would do anything for you three, and I'm willing to bet Blake feels the same way. So, when she's ready, I'll be there for her. And I know we're not as close, but I'm here for you too.
Is, everything okay?
Yeah, it is.
That was easier than I thought it was going to be.
No shit.
Hope her parents don't die.
I mean,
Bullshit.
all right.
Yeah.
Ilya, I know you're scared, but you don't have to be. My family and I, we can keep you safe. I'm sorry.
Damn.
You can make it up to me by helping us stop Corsic and Fennec. No. I'm sorry.
Just gonna go through with it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, please don't put her in a cage, dude.
I know, right? Dude, if Joey goes fucking 2-0,
He's
I
watched
have
the
to stop
series.
watching this. Yeah.
Nah, he watched the series if that happened.
Wait.
A spider? Oh shit.
That's
Oh,
fucking
God.
awesome.
That's cool.
Well done,
Sick
Sister
fuck.
Trifa.
And to you, Ilya.
Oh my god, it's getting closer to the cage. I mean, they already got the rope to pull her. It is getting closer to the cage.
What are you doing? I tried to warn you, Blake. I'm sorry. Don't tell me you're sorry. But I am. I am sorry it has to be this way, but you and your family are holding the Faunus back. Because we're trying to protect people? In what world do you live in where attacking the innocent is the right thing to do? The same one as you. There's no such thing as innocent. There's no right thing to do. Only what's best for us. There's the humans that still hate the Faunus, and there's the others
she just fucking stabs her.
and let the hate happen. But you know what snuffs out hate? Fear. I don't like hurting people. But I'll tell you this. It's gotten us results.
Yeah. Look where it's gotten you.
Fuck his son at?
No shit.
Let me take him back to Adam, bitch.
We all have to make sacrifices for the greater good.
The hope is that he'll
No
be
matter
there to
how much
protect
it
them.
hurts.
And you think killing me
She'll
is
be
really
fine.
for the greater good?
He bounced.
No.
It's halfway to Mistral.
Getting rid of your family is.
Damn. That was rough.
What you say?
You wouldn't.
You think killing me is
You
better
can't.
for
I won't
the
let
greater
you.
good? She said no, but killing your getting rid of your family is.
That's why you're being sent to Mistral. To Adam.
Ilya, please. You don't have to do this. This isn't you.
Yes, it is.
Throw her in the cage.
I guess back then you were just too busy falling for Adam to notice.
Damn.
I was always jealous of the way you looked at him. I wanted you to look at me that way.
Shit.
But we can't always get what we want. Yuma, with me. You two, get her to the docks.
Let's go, traitor.
Okay.
No!
What?
Oh, yeah.
Let's fucking go. She knew what was up.
Yeah, she did. Oh! Ew.
Thanks for the backup.
Thanks for the invitation. You okay?
No. You heard Ilya. My family's in danger. Call the police and let's go.
Right.
Call me on your cell phone.
Come on, Mom. Pick up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Get down!
I think regular people are going to be able to take out Kira.
Get out of my house!
You tell him.
Kira!
No, they're not.
Fucking badass.
Find my wife!
Shout.
Oh, he's about to go off. Especially on those motherfuckers.
Our dear chieftain, step down, brothers.
Yes, brother. I'm afraid I'm inclined to agree.
He's jacked.
Bro,
No!
really? What kind of age shit is that? Some Dragon Ball Z shit, dude.
Funny, we're watching.
Oh, it's
another
getting real
episode.
good? It's getting real good, huh? Okay, dope. Let's end the
Must have knocked
episode.
this down a while ago. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Bullshit.
Damn. So I guess Elias was looking for some kitty love.
Yeah.
That was interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Why don't you look at me like that?
Like, okay, I might not keep this in there. It seems like an odd inclusion.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
I
we
felt
know
like they
we
played
know
it
that
off.
Blake and Son is a thing.
Yeah.
So like, why add in the potential like?
It would make sense if Sun
Lesbian
wasn't
love.
there, and I
Unrequited
also
love
think that
thing.
they made too much of it. to look like a sister love type deal.
Yeah, like it was sister.
Like they played that like way too hard to turn around and be all like, oh well, I'm actually in love with you, you know?
Yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. I just didn't expect it. It's not necessarily like a bad thing. It was just kind of like I was glad. I would have never guessed that. Like, oh, did you know she was actually jealous that Blake keeps having boyfriends? Like,
It was like they added the twist just to add a twist.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense with what was happening.
I agree. That's weird.
I guess it could be one thing. They could do it with one thing though. They could look at it and be like, well, the reason she actually turned on her and broke it, she's like, well, she don't love me like I love her, so why does it matter I betrayed her? Kind of look at it that way, I feel like.
What else happened this episode? Was it all Blake? No. It was about Yang Weiss. We got another Wing moment.
Yep.
So
long Wing.
You think she's forgiven her, or do you think that?
Fucking guess. I mean,
What was that resolve at the end? Was it like her
I
just
think,
feeling better about the situation, or did
Yeah.
she forgive her?
I think it was definitely more of a her feeling better about the situation, solely for the fact that, like, I think Weiss was able to show Yang that even though, like, Yang's going through some personal shit, so is Blake. And there were obviously a lot more reasons that that Yang might not understand right now on why Blake left. And that at the end of the day, like, she's still one of them. Like, she's still part of the team. Like, they were just away from each other for a long time, and now they're back together. Like, Blake is still out there on her own. Is more of where Yang was just like, we did everything we possibly could for her. You know, we even went up against the White Fang. I even sacrificed a part of myself to try to save her from Adam. And then before I even come to, she's just gone. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody here when from the get-go up until that part, it was always more of a, yeah, they're Team RWBY, but it's definitely a RWBY, Weiss, Yang, Blake friendship type deal.
I mean, Weiss even said we're not as close or whatever.
Exactly. So for, like I said, Yang to literally get completely destroyed in a fight and then her wake up and Blake's just gone, like, it had to be devastating to her, considering the fact that she brought up the fact that she was always alone from the beginning. RWBY couldn't talk. Her mom was gone. RWBY's mom was gone. Ty was busy with school. Like, she's always been alone. So for her to let her own defenses down and then become such good friends with Blake, and then for it to come to such a crucial moment, in my opinion, in Yang's life, for her to need anybody, Blake was gone. Without a word. She was just gone. So I don't think it's done. I just think she feels better about the situation and she might understand a little bit more, but there's definitely still going to need to be some resolution before.
To me, with how quickly they resolved it, I kind of lean. I basically agree with everything you said, except the idea that I don't think they're going to delve too much more into it just because of how quickly they fucking turned around and had a resolution to it. I think
that's fair.
I think what they're trying to portray is that Yang basically is so upset with Blake because she was closest with Blake. Except, I mean, she's obviously got the sister thing with RWBY, but in terms of, like, friendship, like, Blake was that person. Like, I agree. So basically, like, that's what makes it worse. That's what makes it so much harder, because she trusted Blake basically explicitly with without any sort of restriction. What's the word I'm looking for?
I seriously can't remember. Did Blake leave like right after or a couple episodes after Yang got her arm cut off?
She literally left that episode.
She
laid her down.
Right?
She laid her down, and the fucking ships were coming in, evacuating
Yang was trying to
everybody.
protect her, right? When she got her arm cut off, or vice versa.
Correct. Yang was trying to protect her.
Yeah, that's trying to. I couldn't remember. It's been fucking a minute. But yeah,
Because first it was Yang protected her, then she got fucked up. Then Adam went to go, slice her again, and it showed the whole decapitation of Blake. But that was just her semblance. And then it was literally she dropped Yang off, and you see Yang knocked out on the floor, and all the ships are coming in to evacuate people. And Sun was like, "Come on, we've got to go, we've got to go." And then Blake took off at that point, and obviously Sun followed.
But even so,
it's going to be crazy when they first see each other.
But even so, I think, like I said, that's what I'm thinking, is that Blake's going to be like super apologetic, and Yang's going to kind of forgive her. I think it's going to happen.
No, I think that's going to happen too. But what I think is going to happen, I think what's honestly, if I had to like literally sit here and look at it, I think she's going to see Blake, and it's going to be an automatic like hug moment, and don't you ever do that again type deal. Kind of like how Weiss did with Blake whenever she ran off to go fucking fight the Faunus on her own. I think it's going to be the exact same thing, but I definitely think there's going to be a good portion of an episode which is going to be them two alone, and they're going to hash shit out. Like, I honestly definitely think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, they might have like a heart-to-heart talk or something.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like it's not like there's still going to need to be some resolution. Like, I don't think that she's pissed off to the point where she doesn't want anything to do with Blake at all. That's not even close to thought. I think that is going to happen. That's the resolution I was talking about. Is they're going to sit down and it's going to be just a her and Blake talk, and it's going to be probably heated or fucking a lot of tears or whatever, but it's going to happen.
Blake's going to get tunnel vision if one of her parents die, and I don't know if I see her going back to the group trying to seek revenge on Ilya, or
that's where it gets hard with me, especially for Blake, because it's like she's got all this shit going on, and like I want to paint Blake in this picture of where like I feel that she's a character that can understand that there is a bigger picture, but she is so fucking deep down this rabbit hole with the Faunus and the White Fang and shit that's going on that it's kind of hard for me to see her get to that point where it's like, yes, this is happening, but they're fucking Salem and fucking all this other shit that's going on. Now, honestly, I don't think that they even need to tell her about like the fucking maidens and everything else, because she's got so much shit going on right now. She might have a fucking mental breakdown. Fuck.
Just to go back a second. So basically, Joey was bringing up like what she did at Beacon when it was the fall of Beacon or whatever. I just want to point out that what they were trying to kind of portray a little bit in this episode, though, was that she's not. It's not even what happened, though. It's not like the idea that she was going to protect Blake and she got her arm cut off and that's why she's pissed. Like, she even said nobody blames Blake. Yep. She was pissed that her best friend wasn't there to console her when
she needed her the most.
When she needed her the most, basically. That's what she's upset.
I didn't think she was mad at her for getting her arm cut off. It was like, hey, my arm got cut off. I tried to help you and you fucking left me. I feel like that's aggravating. What I was hinting at.
Well, you said
you weren't here after my fucking arm got cut off.
I was just responding to the part where you said that. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, that would piss me off. Like, that would suck or whatever. Anyway, I wasn't saying that you were saying that. I was just saying that you brought that up, and my point is that they were trying to portray this episode that she's not upset about what occurred. Like,
so she wasn't there.
She's just pissed that she wasn't there to basically help her. She said, "I needed her," basically. Like, at that point, she actually needed her as a friend, not just somebody who gets upset at themselves for something happening and then runs away or whatever. Abandons her like her mother did. She's definitely got mommy issues, so.
I mean, that's one thing I'll definitely give it up to Rooster Teeth for on this, is like, they've done it very well, and I mean, I don't understand quite RWBY's yet. Maybe you guys might have a better understanding on RWBY's and can point that out to me, but it seems like each character is dealing with like these fucking crazy fucking odds of having to do what they need to do in order to save the world, but they still have like just so much inner problems that they still have to come, like conquer in order for them to be able to like here we have Yang, where trying to, like, just for an example, trying to save the world with this whole fucking Salem shit and everything else going on, but like we see her struggling with this inner rage. We don't 100% know where it's coming from. We know that she's got all these fucking issues with abandonment and everything else. We've got the same thing with Weiss on the other hand, with her fucking family, the force between like trying to, it seems, not only does she suffer from not having the appropriate appraisal from her father, obviously, but I feel like she's definitely trying to replace that role with Winter, trying to constantly get like Winter's approval and everything else. You got the Yang with the White Fang shit, like that's her inner struggle and turn. Like, it just seems that every fucking character has. Or, I'm sorry, Blake. It seems like every character has it. It's just nuts because like it just seems like it flows so well together. It is put together, and I don't know, it's nuts, dude.
On top of that, they do. Mostly with their main characters, they do a pretty good job of actually making their motives and all that kind of stuff consistent. So like, Yang's character, it makes sense for her to be upset that Blake wasn't there for her and not be upset that she sacrificed something to save somebody. She's a reckless person. She knows something could happen to her. That's not a reason for Yang's character to be upset. Yang's character would be upset because somebody abandoned her, because that's her issue. She has an emotional attachment, or whatever you want to say, emotional distress when somebody abandons her, because that's what happened with their mother and Ty and RWBY's mother and stuff like that. Like, that's where she has a problem. So that makes sense. That's really consistent. where that's not so consistent, there's characters like Raven and stuff like that. It's not 100% perfect, but most of the main characters, like RWBY, Yang, Weiss, Blake, all of them, their characters as they've built them over the 5 volumes, 4.5 volumes that we've seen so far, are very consistent and are actually built perfectly. Manion basically built these characters how they should have been built, and we don't see them, I guess, trying to figure out what their motives are. We just try to figure out, we can connect the dots basically. When we see them do something, it's like, oh, that makes sense. Yang would do that. You know what I mean? So
right.
They do a very good job with that.
Yeah, it's very well put together, and like it's such a way where it's like, whenever you sit here and how I just did, like I could have probably listed that shit for probably another 30 fucking minutes, and it seems like a lot, but like doesn't feel, it doesn't feel so hectic whenever you're watching the show, like it doesn't seem like that, like it's all over the place or anything. Like there's so much, basically what I'm trying to say is there's so much room for error, in my opinion, with all this shit they're trying to contain, even just in one character, much less 4 main characters, that they do it well to where it just doesn't feel like shit's all over the place. It's nuts. It's just absolutely amazing.
It is nice.
Walking Dead, where they spent like a whole episode on each character. It got really boring.
Carol fucking Morgan episodes, those are the worst. It is nice that we're getting back to kind of grouped up. We've basically got 2 storylines right now, so we know that things have to progress quickly each episode now, as opposed to when they're all split up and they've got like 8 different storylines going on or whatever at the same time. Right. It's like little by little. Now we've got basically the full team, and then Blake's off doing kind of her own thing. So we're going to see the end of this whole whatever's going on with Blake, and then she's going to start heading to Mistral because that's where Adam's about to do his attack or whatever the fuck's going on with that. We kind of got the thing going on with the Maidens with Cinder and Raven, but we'll see where that goes. And then we've got the main group and what they're going to do at Mistral. So I'm excited for that. Now we should start seeing the story progress, kind of like we saw it progress in like Volume 3, where things went like giant steps at a time. I'm excited to see that.
Right. I am too. Good episodes.
Anything else? All right, sweet. Well, that's going to do it for this one. If you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, DarkStar Reacts, check out Patreon if you want to get early access. Until next time, I'm Anthony.
Joey.
Bree.
And I'm Chris.
We are DarkStar. Thanks for watching, guys.